This week on Undersea G, we're exploring what diving does to your body and why. Let's learn some science.
Undersea G. Undersea G.
The world were the size of a basketball, the atmosphere would be the thickness of a sheet of paper. Not this way, but this way. Can you see that line? G's holding it, and he can barely see that line. Our atmosphere extends out 60 miles above the Earth. The weight of this atmosphere is felt by every one of us every day. Don't freak out. The atmosphere is not very heavy. It turns out that all of the atmosphere, 60 miles of it, only weighs 14.7 pounds per square inch. A gallon of salt water weighs 8.3 pounds. That means that 2 gallons of salt water actually weighs more than 60 miles of our Earth's atmosphere. This weight is where the difficulties in diving begin. Our bodies are mostly made up of dense stuff: blood, muscles, nerves, bones, the concoction that we call humans. Our bodies do have a few open voids. Lungs and sinuses are the main ones. Ever go down in the pool and your ears pop? That's the weight of the water doing its thing. When you dive down in the water, all of that water on top of you weighs down on you. 60 miles of the atmosphere weighs 14.7 pounds. When you dive down to 33 feet, that 14.7 pounds doubles to 29.4 pounds per square inch on your body. Watch this water bottle as I take it down 33 feet. There's nothing special about the water bottle. It was full of air at the surface. It is impressive to see what happens as I descend. The same thing is happening to my lungs at this same time. Divers counteract this pressure with several techniques. We clear, i.e. we pop our ears. Divers don't hold their breath while diving. Scuba equipment also helps by providing higher pressure air for divers to breathe when the diver is in a high pressure environment, i.e. deep in the ocean. Recreational diving has a limit of 135 feet. When you pass this depth, oxygen toxicity and nitrogen narcosis become very dangerous. So only licensed divers exceed these depths. When this soft drink was created, the maker injected carbon dioxide into the can to make it fizz when you open it. The same thing happens to divers as we go down into the ocean. The only difference is that carbon dioxide was used in the drink. In our bodies, nitrogen is forced into our tissues as we descend. To get the nitrogen back out of our bodies, divers rise slowly. All dives have a 3-minute safety stop at 15 feet. Technical divers may make many stops along the way. We have to get the nitrogen out of our system before we can return to the surface. What happens if a diver was to rush and not do safety stops? Just like the soft drink, the bubbles have to come out. The bubbles in this drink came out and can be cleaned up with no problem. No harm, no foul. The nitrogen bubbles that come out of our tissue go into our blood. This is very bad. These bubbles cause serious injury to a diver and may end their life. The important lesson here is that diving is safer than driving a car. When you follow the rules, G has been diving for over 25 years. I love and respect everything about diving. Because I follow the rules, I hope to be diving for a long time. Remember, never swim, snorkel, or dive alone. Never bother the wildlife, and only leave footprints in the sand when you leave. I hope you learned something today and every day. Click that like button and subscribe to the channel so you'll know when we post our next episode. And we'll see you next time here on Undersea G.
Undersea